Now, I've had a look at the Constitution and all the requirements for keeping minutes and all the rest, and put together a little proposed approach. We definitely need to keep minutes. That's clearly a constitutional legal requirement. Problem with just keeping minutes is it has it has no history of it, and you have to go back to a whole bunch of minutes if you want to follow up when decisions have been made, and it really doesn't help you run many projects or initiatives like we do. So anyway, what I've tried to do here is come up with a simple spreadsheet which keeps everything in it for a particular meeting, but also has the continuity that we can update it from meeting to meeting. Um, okay, so we need an agenda, and that, depending on the type of meeting, has to be issued something like about 14 days in advance for AGMs, or maybe 21, and less for general meetings. So accordingly, I've just given it some general headings, an issue date and an issue status. I'm suggesting here that we might issue this, say 21 days ahead with a draft agenda, and then people might go, look, can we add these items, and then we issue it as a final. The rest is fairly standard stuff: location, date, time, chair, minutes, notes, and so on, and then just the agenda items: who's responsible for it, when to start, how long does it go for. Now, the work in progress is basically what I've been using for running the projects that we've been doing. And I've been using Microsoft Project, but here's one based on Excel, which is simpler. And basically how it sort of looks is that we've got the project or initiative that it belongs to, description of the activity, and I'm suggesting here that we really have probably one line per initiative, but we can put a few extra ones in if we want to break out some detail. But keeping one line keeps it maintainable and so on. Then we put in a finish date, person responsible. It calculates the days left. So if we say the 30th of October, then we've got 22 days to get there. We can put in percentage complete if we want, and a status which can be in progress or completed or whatever. Okay, and depending on what we put in, it will go, yeah, that's okay, calculates that for us, and then we go, well, we think, look, it's fine, it's green, so that's up to the project manager or whatever, or it's amber, or we've got some real problems with it and it's red. And then we can put some status comments that basically effectively take the form of I guess, the minutes, or that take the role of the minutes anyway. So here we go. For the food promotion, this is what we've done, and these are the things we've got to do going forwards for the next period, right? And as I said, we can break this out into more detail if we want to allocate individual tasks to people, but we want to keep it as simple as we can. Now, decisions. We definitely need to log motions or decisions. So I've put a little table in here that we basically go, what's the motion, a bit more of a description of it, when was it proposed, what was the meeting it was proposed at, the AGM, who was the proposer, the seconder, and was it carried. Okay, so that shouldn't be too hard to keep. And as I said before, the difference here is that you actually have a history of the decisions as opposed to minutes where you have to go back through all the minutes to find decisions. Okay, then we need to have something where information might need to be noted. So, there's no action or decision involved in it, but it's an important piece of information we note that's been put up. So again, we give it a number, a date, a meeting, who provided the information, what the information was, and comments such as noted by the committee, sort of stuff. And that just helps formalise it and gets it sort of so it has a proper legal standing and all the rest. Now we need a meeting log, And the reason we need a meeting log is in the Constitution we have to say who was at the meetings and so on. So again, pretty simple. The meeting, type of meeting, AGM in this case, what was its purpose, just a quick thing in there, date, location, status it was held, and we can have a list of all the upcoming meetings in here as well. Who was present, who provided proxies if it applies, who provided apologies, who chaired it, and who took the minutes. So that's basically that spreadsheet, and what we could do is basically update that in real time during the meeting, so it saves us writing stuff up later. And then we put it into Dropbox, and basically what I'd suggest here is that in the Dropbox under the folder of committee meetings, that we have a folder with a date for each one of them, and we put basically any documents that are relevant to that meeting. So a copy of the spreadsheet would go in, and that spreadsheet at that point in time, that sort of snapshot, is effectively, from a constitutional and legal point of view, that's the minutes. And that's it. So I'll look forward to feedback from everybody. Thank you.